Hi everybody, it's Usernamekate and welcome back to the channel. This is a monthly recap, a monthly update to let you guys know about what happened in the month of May. So, if you're interested to find out what's been going on, then keep watching. Right everybody, there's a lot that's been going on this month. It has been wildly busy. In fact, Mike and I are just back from a Belgium tour with Kraken Motorcycle Tours. It was a 5-day tour. We landed back yesterday at 10 PM at night. We set off from Dinant in Belgium at 8 AM. So I think that's 7 AM UK time, and we basically just did it in one hit. So we rode a total of 500 miles. Now if you're not aware of what bike I did that trip on, it was the new Panigale V2s. So 500 miles on a sports bike is probably the most mileage I've ever done in a singular day, and I fared quite well, to be honest. Yeah, I actually didn't whinge down the intercom to Mike once, really. So yeah, let's start from the beginning. In the month of May, I was lucky enough to get a Goldwing from Honda. That, as well as a PCX 125. So I had little and I had large in the garage. Got a review out on the Goldwing, and oh my gosh, I did not expect you guys to blow it up and kind of make it a bit viral. So thank you to everybody who tuned into that. I gained a lot of new subscribers, so if you are new here, hello and welcome. For those of you who are new and don't know, my name is Usernamekate, and I am a motorcycle variety channel, you could say. So of course we have lots of motorcycle reviews on here, but we also have trips, adventures, and just anything motorcycle related. If I'm invited along, or it's something that I decide to go on or do of my own accord and film it, you guys will know about it. So yeah, the Goldwing, crazy views, lots of comments, very engaging. It's been brilliant. I did film a review on the PCX 125, so I have got that to come. I also managed to get a Triumph Speed Twin 900. So again, rode that a fair bit, and we've got a review coming soon on that bike also. This month we've been doing a lot of stuff for Bikesure Insurance. If you guys don't know, they are my main channel sponsor, and they've been supporting me in my vlogging endeavours for roughly 3 years now. And one of the collaborative things we're doing this year is and I say we as me and Mike, we're going round and we are filming cafes, motorcycle related cafes, and filming them and making some content for Bikeshure's channels. So we did one for the old stores in Wales, and that went crazy again on Facebook. Loads of shares, loads of comments, and yeah, that was pretty good. So we've also been to a few other cafes. We've got Manor Farm Cafe in Leyburn, that's going to be coming up on Bikeshure's channels in the near future. We've also got Squire's Cafe, and most recently Bike Shed. So they'll all be coming to Bikeshure's channels in the near future. So I guess one of the main things that's happened this month is the Kraken Tour. So I figured I wanted to go and do the tour on a Ducati. So I got in touch with Ducati UK and I said, look, I know you guys are crazy busy, but you don't happen to have a motorcycle that I can borrow for a 5-day tour to Belgium, do you? And they said, what do you want? So, you know, I gave them a list of some stuff, and mainly it was, you know, stuff that was on the little, like, more on the lower side, because as much as, you know, I'm happy riding big bikes, at the same time I also, when it comes to trips and tours, want to make my life easy. So I put a list together, like Diablo V4, a few other bikes, and Panigale V2 was kind of at the bottom of my list, because as much as I want to ride it, you know, did I want to do a tour on it, given the fact that it's a sports bike? And it was at the bottom of my list, and they got back to me and said, hey Kate, do you want a Panigale V2s? And I was like, yes, I think, yes, we'll go for it. So I got that bike, and I thought, actually, this might be a good test for it, because for 2025 we have much more relaxed road-going ergonomics, whilst, you know, still retaining the Panigale DNA and nature of the things. And I'm actually really glad that I got the Panigale, because when we were in Belgium, the guys at Kraken had arranged for us to have a ride around the street circuit of Shimmy. So, you know, that was a good bike for that. And then on day 3, we actually rode a parade lap around Spa-Francorchamps. Oh my gosh, it's the stuff of dreams. It is a biker's bucket list thing to do. And honestly, going up the big hill, the scale of it, it's so steep, it's so tall. Oh man, my mind was blown. It was absolutely amazing. It's not a track day, it's a parade lap, so we weren't absolutely caning it. Like, I was wearing my, you know, motorcycle jeans, he had a massive rucksack on, I was wearing my Nox base layer, you know, so it wasn't like you put in a stonking lap in, but, you know, as a parade lap, not many people get to say that they've ridden around Spa-Francorchamps, so I feel pretty honoured that we all got to do that. The group was absolutely amazing. You know, everyone was wicked. There was different abilities in the group, and that was fine. We all got on. In fact, there was one guy there called Rod, who was 86 years old, and he went there on a Himalayan, and he was just a legend. And he came with his son called Vince, who was on a Tiger Sport 660, and it was just great. It were good vibes. The guides, or the hosts, Russ, Jay and Mark, were amazing. It was a great pace, it was well organised, banter at night was mint. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough, to be honest. It was so freaking good. And yeah, the Panigale. So we got home last night at 10 p.m. We set off at 8 a.m, which we worked it out. We looked at where we travelled. We did 500 miles, so in one hit. It's probably the most I've ever done on a motorcycle before, no less a sports bike. So I was feeling pretty proud of myself. Barely any aches and pains, just dealt with it, you know. And the relaxed ergonomics, or the more relaxed ergonomics of the Panigale V2s, you know, were quite apparent. Now, I've just come back and thrown all the footage from the SD cards, the external microphones, on the PC, and one file, audio file, was corrupted. And I was like, oh, I wonder what that is, I'll check it out. You know what audio file's corrupted? My audio from the live commentary of when we got on to Spa-Francorchamps circuit. And then when I finished that, straight after it, we went on the road, and I thought, you know what, I'll kill two birds with one stone. I'll film my Panigale V2s review, given the fact that at that point in the trip I'd already done 800 miles on it. So, you know, I was learning, you know, what I like about it, what I didn't quite like about it. And all that audio corrupted. It was on the same file. Of all the audio, there was about 20 different files, and the one to corrupt was probably the most important audio of the trip. So I'm absolutely gutted about that. In fact, when I found that out, I was kind of a bit in a dissociative state of just, oh my god, has that actually happened? So I'm gonna have to get creative with the edit, try and make it work, but what an absolute shame. I'm gutted about it. So that's what I've been doing today. Been throwing all the stuff on to clear the SD cards, because tomorrow I head to my friend Lucia's to go down to London to get a flight to Salzburg with Lucia and Lily, and we're going on a girls' trip from Austria, having a tour around, you know, the KTM factory, and we're ending up at Slovakia to go and see some of Lucia's family, which seems quite wholesome. So I absolutely can't wait for that. Should be brilliant. And we were supposed to be doing it on a 790 Adventure, a 790 Duke and a 990 Duke, but the 790 Adventure demo bike over there in Austria has been crashed, I believe, and is not available. So we're doing it on a 1290 Super Adventure instead, as well as the 790 Duke and the 990 Duke. So I'm just packing for that now. I've got to get in my monthly recap before I head out tomorrow, because I'll be there till the 1st of June, so I won't get to do my monthly recap if I don't do it now. So that is the plan, Stan. That's what we're doing. So yeah, the month is wildly busy. I don't feel like I've got time to fart at the moment. Sorry, Mum. So ladylike, so classy, so elegant. Yeah, so it's mad. I've got so much to pack, but we are trying to travel light, like really light, hoping that we can wash some clothes with Lucia's family, which always helps. But as a vlogger, blogger, blagger, there's a lot of electronics to pack, so I am going to try and pack light. I'm going to try and mainly rely on DJI cams like I've got now set up, and also the Pocket 3, just to capture our off-bike interactions. So guys and girls, I think you're pretty much up to speed. We've got a lot going on in June as well. We've got Wheels and Waves, that's with Honda, riding GB 350s. Going to be riding them with the likes of Chopsy, Lamb Chop Rides, Tomboy a bit, Diamante, and Darcy from Mr. Darcy and the Old Man. So I know all of them, I get on with all of them like house on fire, so that should actually be a proper nice trip. And then of course is ABR in June, so that should be interesting. I've still got my talk to plan. I'm nowhere near ready for that. It's making me feel quite sick because I will have people watching me and I don't quite know what I'm going to say yet. So yeah, that should be fun. Well guys and girls, that's pretty much you up to speed now with what's happened in May. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry it may feel a little bit rushed. That's because it entirely is, because there's just so much to do in such a short amount of time. Right guys, well I'll catch you on the next vlog, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.